How to know if she's worth it. Signs you shouldn't walk away. Relationship advice. As you navigate the world of relationships, it's inevitable that you'll encounter a situation where you've chosen the wrong partner, leading to a significant amount of emotional pain and distress before the relationship ultimately comes to an end. Perhaps you're currently finding yourself in such a predicament, where your partner has been unfaithful or has left you heartbroken, or the relationship has become so toxic that you've been forced to make the difficult decision to walk away. The aftermath of such an experience can be particularly challenging, as it may cause you to hesitate or doubt your judgment when someone new and potentially special comes into your life. It's essential to recognize that nobody is perfect, and we all possess unique personality traits and flaws. Moreover, many of us lack the skills and knowledge required to effectively communicate our needs and desires in a relationship. Even when you meet someone who seems like the perfect match, disagreements and conflicts are bound to arise, and it's crucial to develop the skills to navigate these challenges in a healthy and constructive manner. If you've been hurt in the past, you may be prone to giving up too quickly, which can lead to missed opportunities with someone who could be an ideal partner. So, how can you determine whether someone is worth investing your time and emotions in, and how can you overcome your fears and doubts to make a meaningful connection? To answer this question, let's delve into the complexities of relationships and explore the key factors that contribute to a successful and fulfilling partnership. If you've been following my content for a while, you're likely familiar with my assertion that attraction, chemistry, and connection, while essential components of a relationship, are not sufficient on their own to sustain a long-term partnership. These elements are undoubtedly important, particularly in the early stages of a relationship, but they can also be present in casual encounters or friendships. However, when it comes to building a lasting and meaningful connection with someone, there are several other critical factors to consider. These include shared values, beliefs, and long-term goals, such as whether or not you both want to have children, as well as compatibility in terms of lifestyle and temperament. If you've found someone who aligns with you on these fundamental levels, yet you're still questioning whether they're worth your investment, it may be due to one of several reasons. Firstly, it's possible that your own emotional baggage is clouding your judgment. This can be a difficult reality to confront, but it's essential to acknowledge the role that past experiences can play in shaping our perceptions and behaviors in relationships. For instance, if you've been hurt by a previous partner who was unfaithful, you may find yourself constantly on the lookout for signs of infidelity in your current relationship, which can create a self-fulfilling prophecy and undermine the trust and connection you are trying to build. It's crucial to recognize when your own fears and doubts are driving your actions and to make a conscious effort to separate your past experiences from your present reality. By doing so, you can begin to build a more authentic and meaningful connection with someone, rather than allowing your past to dictate your future. When you find yourself in a new relationship, it can sometimes lead to feelings of insecurity, even if your partner hasn't given you any reason to doubt her loyalty. This is particularly true if you are constantly questioning her whereabouts or being overly attentive in an attempt to monitor her activities. Your new girlfriend may be aware of your feelings of paranoia and is likely trying to ease your concerns. For instance, she might send you pictures of her outings with friends or share updates about her activities to reassure you that she is safe and having a good time. However, if you continue to feel insecure and suspect that all women might cheat, you may respond with passive-aggressive behavior or sulking, which can create an emotional strain on the relationship. It's important to recognize that having individual friendships and spending time apart is a healthy aspect of any relationship. This separation allows both partners to miss each other and return with fresh stories and experiences to share. If you struggle with this concept, you risk becoming overly dependent on one another, which can lead to a codependent dynamic. If your insecurities and past experiences are hindering your relationship with a well-adjusted woman, she may start to feel suffocated and resentful. If she tries to discuss her feelings with you and you respond with irritation or withdrawal, it could lead to serious issues. Eventually, she might express that if things don't change, the relationship may not survive. From what we've discussed, she seems to be a valuable partner, but you might need to focus on your personal growth first. I have some strategies to help with that. Now, let's consider the opposite scenario. What if the baggage affecting the relationship is hers? None of us is perfect, and we all carry our own issues into relationships. If her past experiences are impacting your connection, it's essential to evaluate whether she is worth the effort. If you share compatible values, beliefs, goals, and lifestyles, you have a solid foundation for a potentially fulfilling relationship. However, if her unresolved issues are sabotaging your bond, you need to assess the situation carefully. A key factor to consider is whether she is actively working on her problems. If she is facing her baggage head-on, seeking your support, and not placing blame on you, that's a positive sign. Moreover, if you can see tangible progress in her efforts, progress that gives you hope for the future, then she may be worth your investment. For example, if she has been hurt in the past by a cheating partner and now feels anxious when you go out with friends, she might frequently text you to check in. If you are emotionally healthy and your own issues aren't interfering, you can reassure her and engage in open communication. Instead of withdrawing, you can address her concerns directly, perhaps using a gentle approach, like the love sandwich technique I discuss in my video on managing conflicts with a partner. I'll include a link to that at the end. It's important to recognize that she may have some emotional challenges, and while she might react strongly or behave in ways that seem excessive, she is willing to apologize and make an effort to change her actions. This could involve seeking guidance from a counselor, and together, you can explore strategies to help her feel more secure in the relationship. Ultimately, for anyone grappling with feelings of insecurity, the path to resolution lies in personal growth. If you are the one facing these issues, investing time in the relationship can serve as a testament to your commitment. You might consider making small gestures to reassure her, such as sending her a text first thing in the morning or visiting her after spending time with your friends. These thoughtful actions are not signs of weakness. Rather, they demonstrate your dedication to her well-being while still maintaining your independence. It's crucial to distinguish between compromise and sacrifice in a relationship. While you should not feel obligated to give up your social life, finding a balance through compromise is essential. Keep in mind that resolving these feelings takes time, and it won't happen overnight. She may still exhibit some signs of unease, but with each reassuring action you take, she will likely feel a bit more secure. If she is genuinely making an effort to improve and shows consistent progress, it may be worth continuing to invest in the relationship. This brings us to the third indicator that suggests you should stick together. You are both teammates. It's not about one person against the other. Rather, it's about collaborating to overcome challenges together. None of us are perfect, and we all have our flaws. If she is willing to work alongside you to enhance your relationship, even if it means facing some bumps along the way, she could be someone worth keeping. You both need to adopt a mindset that emphasizes unity against external challenges. Supporting each other doesn't mean you have to agree on every single issue. In fact, sometimes the most supportive thing she can do is to challenge your limiting beliefs. There are additional signs that indicate she is a valuable partner based on her actions, which I will discuss shortly. However, it's essential to remember that being good for each other may not always feel pleasant. If you aspire to have a long-lasting, fulfilling relationship, some discomfort is part of the positive growth process. True growth often occurs outside of your comfort zone. But what if you find that your own emotional baggage is causing frequent conflicts over trivial matters? If your core values, beliefs, goals, lifestyle, and temperament align, yet you still struggle to find harmony, it may be beneficial to consult a professional therapist. Seeking help is not a sign of weakness. Rather, it acknowledges that we weren't taught how to navigate relationships effectively. If you feel this resonates with your situation, I can provide a link to a reputable online therapy service that I recommend. If your values and long-term aspirations are in sync but you continue to argue, it might be due to differences in temperament. To explore whether these differences are manageable, I suggest watching my video titled "Is Your Relationship Doomed?" Additionally, If you want to confirm whether she is a keeper based on her actions, be sure to check out my upcoming video. She is a guardian if you can bear witness to her presence in this world. May your journey be filled with blessings from all lands, and may your stay here bring peace and joy. God blesses your visit, and may the world be illuminated by your presence.